overcoming the demon within. The nature that's in us that allow these spirits to attack, which leads to death. It's one thing that's what Satan is doing. But understand, brothers and sisters, Satan and his spirits, his ranking spirits under him, have no power outside of what we yield to him through sin. So if we can understand that nature, that will allow us to put on the full armor of the Almighty and battle. Understanding that what? We wrestle not with flesh and blood. It's the unseen that's warring against our people, picking us off one at a time. One at a time. So how does Satan do it? Well, the way he does it is this. He's able to operate through division. This is how he operates. He must do what? He must separate us from any hedge or protection, spiritual or physical. He must get us alone. And once we are alone, this is where he works his demonic imposition against individuals. And through that, once we feel alone, the defense mechanism comes up and we begin to do what? Battle those who are around us. Fight those who are around us in the defense posture, believing that no one else in the earth understands what we're going through. Right?
That's right.
Now it seems as if we're protecting ourselves, but really it's leaving us vulnerable. So these are the tactics that happens. So we have to isolate on the spirit of division and how that cause and effect allows Satan in to do what? To destroy, attack, and bring death, to pull souls down into hell, which is what? His singular objective against the image of God. How do we war? What did the Most High give us to war? When we recognize that there's a demon within, how do we overcome that demon and not let it what? Drag us into Hades. Now, many lessons I went into where even outside of the academy, I taught here too, how after Noah and his sons and his family was saved through the flood and began to multiply, that demons began to make the population of Noah's sons, Ham, Shem, and Japheth, sick. There was an attack to make the population of earth, the people on earth, sick. See? Because sickness leads to death. So anytime you hear on TV the pharmaceuticals talking about cancer, this, that, and the other, understand, folks, it's the same modus operandi that happened after the flood. It's getting mankind, who was meant to be immortal, folks. We were meant to live forever. What they're actually doing is what? Desensitizing us and programming us to accept or to believe that premature death is what? Normal. Okay? Cancer, this, that, and the other. This is a campaign, folks, against what? Life. So I have to go into the nature to show you that it's the nature that leads to death. And we must overcome that demon within, who would have the propensity to listen or to follow some of this evil because something is in the people to accept it. Something is already in the people to accept death. This is why they can sell it like a McDonald's commercial now.
That's right.
They can sell it through propagandized commercials now because it's something in people that draws them to death. So it doesn't have to make sense what's going on right now, folks. But it makes a lot of sense if you understand Scripture. If you understand the past. And what? The spiritual battles our forefathers fought before the fall. So it's our position in the Spirit of Christ to introduce to you and give you an insight into the unseen. Into the unseen to understand the demon within. Okay? And folks, the battle right now we're going through with the sicknesses and all that thing out there, it will lead to a physical battle on earth. There's nothing new under the sun. It happened back then and it's going to happen. And only a remnant of people, only a small remnant of people will make it through this time. Right? I talked about the demons who began to attack the children of Noah, Ham, Shem, Japheth. So let's go into the nature of spirits. Where did demons come from? And then I'm gonna move this all the way up into Christ and how he battled spirits and taught the disciples how to do so. But you cannot understand how to cast out demons if you don't know their primal origin and purpose. Right? So let's go to the origin of demons. Now, the origin of demons is written in the book of Enoch. Now, in the book of Enoch, it expressly breaks down that these spirits or these beings didn't come from the original creation through Adam and Eve. They didn't come through Adam and Eve. They came through disobedient angels who eventually were called gods on earth. And they brought forth children. Now, by bringing forth children or giants or Nephilim, there was no plan long term, no eternal plan in heaven for these particular children. So once they die off, there must be some place for them, right? Once they die off, well, no, there is no place for them because the Most High in creation didn't make a place for hybrids. These particular spirits, that's right, would eventually on our side of the flood become demons. They would become demons. And that's the origin of demonology. I know it's scary, and I know a lot of people wonder, well, where did they come from and all that? You're getting that. Those in the academy, or those who've been teaching us, learning from us for a while, you understand the true spiritual battle. Okay? Now, a lot of people out there don't want to go and actually meticulously learn or understand this. Why? Because this takes away what? This takes away your need and your want to attack someone based on how they look or their race. We wrestle not with flesh and blood. So if we wrestle not with flesh and blood, how can we say that the white man is responsible for all evil? And how does that make any sense when there's nothing but chaos going on in our vicinities, in our communities, with hardly no white people there? The influence of evil is a spirit. Not to say that the white man isn't ruling, or yes, he may be cultivating and incentivizing the evil, but the evil is an unseen that must be recognized.
predates the white man.
It predates evil. Thank you. Evil predates the white man. Great point, Elder Lawya. So let's jump right in. The origin of, you got it, evil spirits. Now, Elder, before we go there.
Yes, sir.
I need you to go to the book of Jude, one small book before the Bible. Before the book of Revelation, excuse me.
Yes, sir. Jude 1 and 13. Raging waves of the sea, foaming out of their own shame. Wandering stars, to whom is reserved the blackness of darkness forever.
Wandering stars. Who what?
Out of whom is reserved, or to whom is reserved, the blackness of darkness forever.
The blackness and darkness forever. Right? Now I need y'all to hear this clearly. Wandering stars are angels who wandered down to this realm. The Bible speaks of this. A matter of fact, for those who look at movies, like a lot of Denzel movies and other movies, you see Paramount, where the stars come and settle on Mount Hermon, on the Paramount. Hollywood worship these fallen